are doing which webcam should you buy for streaming? Best webcam under $170. We're going to go through this and we are going to see possibly what we will be choosing. Not today. I'm recording this at 1 a.m. So not today, but tomorrow because today is Christmas Day. So tomorrow, when I head into town, probably gonna stop at a Best Buy or something and fucking see what they got for webcams. Cause let me say this real quick. I'm not gonna waste your time here. Like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. However, Best Buy is the best place to get deals if you're going to shop in store. Let me make that clear. In store. Online, you can always find better deals, so look online. However, if you want the best deals on electronics in general, you need to go to Best Buy, my friend. Here we go.
Today we're comparing 6 webcams
I'm
between
excited,
$50
bro. I
and
need to know. I need to
$150.
know.
All of these are amazing webcams, so it's gonna be a great
We're
comparison.
gonna turn
One
this
of
down
them is
just
a
a
sponsored
little bit. It's a
inclusion, the
little loud.
Obsbot Tiny 2 Lite, but as you can see, it's still in the packaging. We're gonna check it out together. It's gonna be tested live, just like the other
Actually,
ones,
we'll do
so
this.
I'm really looking
I'll
forward to
turn it
this.
down on my
This
end.
is the Logitech Brio, arguably one of the most
Okay.
popular webcams
Logitech
out
Brio.
there. It is very famous and is famous
Let me know if you guys use a 30 or 60 FPS cam.
for a reason. This webcam is an absolute beast. You
This
can't
is
really
root
go
beer, by
wrong
the
with
way.
it. Besides the webcam, it comes with a USB to USB-C cable, which is very long, by the way. I really appreciate that. And besides that,
Damn.
it also comes with a pouch which has one compartment
A shout out to Sioux City Root Beer, by the way. That's my hometown. Okay. Uh, mm, I prospect of me moving back there ever in my life. However, I will absolutely rep my city, Sioux City, Iowa, all day, baby. Hell yeah.
for the
Hell
webcam and
yeah.
then another separate one for the cable so you don't damage the webcam. It also says Logitech on the pouch itself. This is a pretty nice premium edition. I'm going to test all the webcams.
Does Steel Series have a webcam? I'm sorry, I'm gonna let the video play, but does Steel Series have a webcam? Because I have Steel Series almost everything except for my microphone, and possibly my webcam, because I saw Razer was on here. But as far as I know, from the little research that I've done, Steel Series doesn't have a webcam.
On this stand. This way you can also see the webcam from both perspectives. Okay, let's
W
see if
Steel
it
Series,
shows
by the
up as
way.
a video capture
My mouse
device.
and my
Logitech
keyboard are
Brio, there we
completely
go.
Steel
Okay,
Series.
so it should be connected right now. This is the
Wins me
base
so many
quality.
games.
Once you connect it of the Logitech Brio, it's 4K. I'm looking at my screen
Non-sponsor.
right now. The colors look really good. Also the autofocus, like look at how quickly it focuses on my hand
That's
and
pretty
then back
good.
at my
I ain't gonna
face once I
lie.
look into the camera. I move closer like slowly so you can see how quickly it focuses.
Yo, my man's face is oily as hell. Bro, his forehead looked like my forehead, bro. Holy, holy.
And how far it will focus. I think now it will be pretty blurry and I'm not sure if it can focus
Bro could sear a steak on that shit, man. Holy.
this closely, but it definitely works really well. Now I saw $99 on Amazon, but I see now that this is the renewed
$100?
version. If we look at the legit
Oh,
listing, it's 150.
okay, so $160. Video capture resolution of 4K. Flash memory type
57, which
SD.
is $7 above the budget, but first of all, it's only $7, and second of all, you can get a renewed one. This webcam has been around for a very long time. This is the Obsbot Tiny
It
2
doesn't look that
Lite.
bad.
It's a light
Oh,
version
this
of the
is the
very
sponsor
premium
one,
and
right?
very high
4K,
quality Obsbot Tiny
full
2.
tracking,
This
all
is
that
a more
shit, Type
affordable
2.
version of it, and I have very high hopes. I'm updating the webcam right now, and it's successful. And the only thing I need to do to make it track me is this right here. It will blink, and then now it should be tracking me.
Okay, I am gonna skip forward on this just because this is the sponsor of the video, so I just want to get the more I'm gonna glaze this, obviously. And I've seen a review on this before. You guys can look it up yourself. This actually is a really nice webcam. It's just not gonna be in most people's
to this one
So
right here. It's time for the next
this
webcam.
is one that I
This
saw
is
when I
the
was looking
Razer
through
Kaijo
Amazon
Pro, and
listings.
this webcam came out as the winner in a previous comparison.
This is
It
the
is
one that I
1080p,
saw
60 FPS, has
for Razer.
autofocus, depth of field, it supports HDR, and it's a
I like
pretty
the
wide
swivel. It's
angle
got a lot of
webcam. This
swivel.
webcam
It's
here has
nice.
pretty much everything you would want in a gaming
Pretty
webcam.
adaptable.
It is 1080p, but as we all know, some webcams claim to be 4K and they might output
Facts.
4K resolution, but it doesn't really look as crisp as the real 4K, you know what I mean? And
Bottom
this
line
webcam puts out
4K.
high quality 1080p. As I mentioned, I checked it out in a
Should be
previous
illegal,
video
by the
and there
way.
was
What the
really
fuck is
impressed with
that?
how it handled RGB in the background, and this is because it supports HDR and it really works. At least back then it did.
See, my thing with HDR, as far as I know, like high dynamic range, um, I don't know for sure on this that it works. Hold on, I'm gonna double check this before I make myself look like a fucking moron. HDR, um, calibration. Let's do shit display. So an HDR display. Uh, I'm not seeing anything on it. Yeah, there's the QHD shit now. I know of that. But I thought the drawback of HDR, I thought you're gonna have to let me know in the comments, fact check me on this, please. But as far as I know, the drawback with HDR was the fact that it takes away from the center focus of the screen in order to give you more detail, more like pixelated detail on the darker side and both more pixelated detail on the lighter side, but you lose the overall, um, not the structure, but like the quality of the main image itself. That's what I thought. So y'all gonna have to let me know in the comments if that's actually how it works or if I've just made to be let a lie here.
So I'm really curious how it's gonna handle those slides
Listen, listen, listen. I don't even have 100 subs yet, okay? I'm new to all this shit, alright?
behind me. We're gonna test it and I'm very curious because we have a lot of high performing webcams in this video. Let's attach it to our stand. Now before I connect it, this webcam
Can we talk about the stand real quick? That's a fucking crazy, ridiculous stand for a webcam that's not even probably the size of dude's palm. I'm just saying.
is very versatile. As you can see, it can obviously connect to your monitor, but it can also be connected to a stand. And on top of that, you can tilt it horizontally and you can also swivel it sideways. And I'm saying this because the Logitech Brio, which we checked out in the beginning, this one didn't have that option. You
Right,
can tilt
the
it this
Brio looks
way, but
stiff
there's
as
no way to
all
swivel it
fuck. I'm just
sideways
saying.
like you can with this Razer webcam. And so that means that it's stuck in the direction your monitor is aimed at. So if your monitor is a bit sideways and you want to rotate it a bit, you can't. And there is also no option on the bottom to connect it to a stand like we did with this one here. Now in most cases that won't
True.
be a problem, but it's good to know that this Razer webcam has all the options. I will show you the full screen recording
Also
of this
true.
webcam and it seems to be working in terms of autofocus. Now something to note with this webcam is that it's 60 FPS and as you can see, my hand movements are very smooth, and what I meant with the HDR is this right here, for example. You can perfectly see the whole shape of the RGB there on the wall. With a lot of webcams this would be plain blue, and that's the effect of HDR. It's high dynamic range, which means that very dark things have quite some detail.
I mean, it's okay, but like, I mean, you could see clearly like the video's in 4K, so it's not a YouTube quality thing. It's a full on like this cam is supportive of these background lights because as you can see, it's very crisp right here where it's probably the closest to the cam. And then as it gets further and further away, it loses that resolution. It becomes very pixelated. This whole segment up here is pixelated. This segment up here is much more crisp. Um, uh, yeah, this is definitely more pixelated. I'm looking at the two back and forth here. Definitely much more sharp on this side. So it definitely handles the RGB really well, or in any sort of like a background light source, very crisply here. But as you can see, it just gets worse as it goes along. Obviously, the focus is here on his head, so it actually looks when I'm looking at OBS right now, right? So on OBS, looking at you guys, it looks really crisp and really nice. But on my screen, it does not look great. Let me be honest.
detail, and then very bright things also have quite some detail, compared to darker things appearing completely black and then more bright things being completely blown out. Now I do want to note we're gonna check out this here, which is a
Okay, so he kind of touched on what I was thinking a little bit, but didn't say anything about the middle part losing the quality.
younger brother of this
I
one is
could
the
be
Razer
wrong.
Kaijo. This is
Could
the Razer Kaijo
100% be
Pro,
wrong.
and this one was a big favorite in the
Like I
more
said,
budget
fact check me in
version
the
of my
comments,
video,
please.
and we're gonna check both today. This is the Elgato Facecam. It's a 1080p 60 fps webcam. It can be connected to a desk stand if that's what you wish to do, but it obviously also
Nah,
comes with a monitor clamp, and overall the
I
movements
don't know
of
if
the
I'll get a
webcam are
desk
very
stand. Should I get
versatile.
a
You
desk?
can tilt forwards, you can swivel left
Should
and
I
right,
get
and the
a
cable that it
desk
comes with is
stand?
USB to USB-C. However, it's a pretty
Maybe,
short cable.
possibly.
It also comes with a privacy screen protector, and the reason I want to test this webcam
This is gonna
next to
run
the Razer
60
one is
FPS,
that
right?
both are 1080p
That's what I
60
care about.
fps, no 4K.
Okay,
They
both
both claim
60
to output
FPS.
a
Okay.
high quality 1080p image, so we should put this one to the test. I'm actually gonna disconnect, oops,
So, for some context, when I was looking up face cams, Elgato came up a lot, so I am curious.
disconnect the monitor clamp, because then we can connect it to our stand. Alright, let's put it here and
Damn,
let's try
that
to
was weak.
find it. Elgato Facecam. Now, this obviously is
Also weak.
overexposed. Now, this might be under camera control, and then here exposure is at auto. Let's see if we can fix this. Ooh, -12, then the lights are
That was
flickering like
fucking
crazy, so we need
ass.
-11. We might be able to fix it with this brightness slider, and let's check out what that looks like. This is the result. Let's check out the autofocus. Like, if I keep looking in the web,
Okay, so to be fair, if you're on a budget, it's not a bad option. All right, you do the point that you want it to be at. However, for as cheap as it is, I think it's okay. It's not something that I'm gonna go for personally, I don't think, but you never know. Shit happens. You gotta fucking if you got a budget, you got a budget.
webcam, like the other webcams, it should actually autofocus on my face. It should be pretty sharp. Let's
It's
quickly
not
check out
really.
the price. They have an upgrade, the Facecam MK2, but this one is 150. The one we are checking out is this.
So $80, yeah. Fuck. It is a smoking deal compared to anything that's been on the list so far. So if you really need one, oh, it's renewed. Never mind.
Apparently it's $80, which is $10 less than the Razer Kaijo Pro.
That's the second time he's missed the fact that it says renewed at the end of the listing.
But I felt like this one was a bit better. Maybe I'm wrong, we'll see in the results. We have two webcams left. This one is basically like the Logitech Brio. It's 1080p 60, 4K 30. It's very wide
I have not seen anything about AV ER media, so this is kind of up in the air. But I am Cairo can hang out the 60 FPS variant.
angle, and then this one will be the budget contender, and it might blow the rest out of the water, but I'm not sure. Then this is the AverMedia PW513.
All right,
As I
let's see what
mentioned
it's
before,
got.
it's in the same category as a Logitech Brio, 4K 30, 1080p 60, very
It
wide
looks
angle,
really
and this
stiff
one is
right
a
off
very
rip.
beefy webcam. We can
I
also
do like the
connect this one
privacy
here
cam.
to the stand. Now this one also has a lot of movement. It can move all around.
Oh
Also has a
no, it does
privacy
have
cover,
movement.
very
Okay,
useful,
good,
pretty
good,
long
good, good.
cable. Let's plug it in. Let's try to find it in OBS right here. Live streamer cam 513. Ooh, this is a very ultra
Oh,
wide
that's
webcam. Now the webcam
not
is
good.
constantly lagging, but I do know that AverMedia has software. Okay, I'm trying to update the webcam here so it stops disconnecting. I hope this is gonna work because the webcam froze after 3
That's a
seconds every
lot.
time.
Already lost me. I'm not buying your webcam. Straight up. 100%. This is coming from a brand new. who is really trying to get his foot in the space, I'm not buying your webcam. If I have to go through a bunch of hoops, adjusting settings, downloading software, all this shit, in order to simply use your cam, I'm not buying it. Straight up. If it doesn't look halfway decent out the box, and then I can adjust software settings later to fit my needs, then I'm not buying your cam. It's got to come out the box with a pretty decent setup so that I can use it immediately. Plug it and play type shit. Okay? Plug it in, connect it to OBS, run it as it is. Okay? I'm running my goddamn laptop webcam right now, and I had to do nothing, which is why I'm running it. Because I could use my phone. I could use my phone and that can get 10 times the better quality. All right? That's the props of having a newer phone, you know? Shout out to all my Samsung lads out there. However, the thing with that is, uh, there is times where the phone in the computer link does not keep up, especially when I get into like high FPS type games and stuff, and or I'm running something that's super 4K. It'll absolutely shred the quality of the camera. So that's my only problem with that. When it comes to the linking between the phone and the laptop, that is something that can be fixed, or desktop in general. That's something that can be improved upon. Microsoft, Samsung, y'all need to collab on that and get together on that. Otherwise, it's almost amazing. When I do article videos, if I could crop my my cam a little bit better, um, it comes out it comes out amazing. I got a 4K, not a 4K, but pretty damn close. I think it's like 2K camera through my phone, and I'm scrolling through this article and stuff. I got background music. It's such a vibe. It's such a good video. I'm ranting at this point. However, point is, don't waste your time with cams that are gonna waste your fucking time. Okay? Straight up. It's gonna take you 30, 45 minutes to set this bitch up before you can even use it. Not worth it. Plug and play. Convenience. Convenience. That's a big thing that is lost on most things nowadays is convenience. Okay? Especially now when all of us are as broke as we are, we don't want anything to inconvenience our time because we're now working harder and more than ever.
Downloaded the firmware from the website, you can see that the light is blinking, so it's actually
Holy.
working and updating. Okay, now I fiddled around a lot with this webcam. I feel like in OBS this is the best I can get it. And this is a very wide webcam, like look if I touch this. I should move it a
What the
bit. The
actual
webcam is
fuck?
very versatile in terms of changing it, like look at these options. So the webcam is as far as the other ones right now. This is
You can still see like it is somewhat clear, but it is also like somewhat pixelated as hell. Like I said, your guys' view might be different because I'm looking at the OBS and it is very, very different compared to here. Because like here it is very like almost doll like his skin is insanely smooth. It's got the same kind of shine to it. Here in the hands, it also looks a bit brighter and it actually looks more rough on the OBS preview side of things. So I don't know what you guys are going to see, but for me, it does not look good. It is very pixelated, very not clear. The hair, especially, is almost insanely grainy that you can't even like hardly make out a lot of it. It just looks like a blob. It's not good. It's not great at all. A blob is a bit harsh, I suppose. It still obviously looks like hair. Gotta be an idiot to not see that. However, especially like this line right here that I'm gonna draw for you. This line right here, you see no detail. It is just one big old dark brown mark right here. So that's that. So yeah, that's definitely something that needs adjusting. And another thing that you guys could probably pick out is I like to use different sort of lighting. Um, back behind me here, I have a light that is currently changing colors consistently. So a cam that can keep up with that is very, very helpful. But we're going to continue.
Definitely a very wide one. I'm gonna move it closer so you can see that.
There's still
It
the
can be
Razor.
much closer
That's
to you,
that's
this
what I
webcam.
really
I
want to
think
see
there's
in this
no
video
autofocus.
is the
This might
cheaper
be the
30
fixed
FPS
focus
Razor.
one. Like, it doesn't really focus on anything. It's just a fixed distance. Let's see if we
Yep.
can manually change it. I think this is the focus distance, so we can't really test it like this and like test
Look at the swap between his professional camera, whatever he's using, versus this camera is so bad.
it on my eye because it's not gonna focus. I think this is definitely a good webcam, but I feel there are other options out there. I
Not
mean,
good.
this webcam is about the
Not good. It's horrible. It's inconvenient. That is the biggest point I'm going to push home. Very inconvenient. Updating software? No biggie. Should I have to update software immediately out of the box? No. I should be able to use your webcam, figure out what I don't like about it, go in and change it. Okay? That's exactly how it should be. Providing the consumer with a quality product is the number one responsibility of any company. All right? Brand loyalty, bullshit. Throw it out the goddamn window. Make sure that those fucking shoes that you bought last you 10 years or more. Make sure that that fucking gun that you bought ain't gonna jam up on you after the third shot. Okay? Make sure that goddamn number two pencil ain't gonna snap every time you try to push it down on the goddamn paper. Okay? The last one is kind of up in the air. However, the point is quality is everything. And we see that so often, especially when you're in the gaming industry. If you're in the gaming industry, oh my lord, if you don't provide a quality game nowadays, nobody's buying. Dragon Age Veilguard got hard carried by the Dragon Age fucking name. All right. And they didn't even break even. They spent like almost 200 mil on that fucking game. And they only made like 40, 50. So they're still not even close to breaking even. Star Wars Outlaws, another one. Ubisoft, what the hell? What the hell? Okay. Jedi Survivor, pretty good. Fallen Order, pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, decent. It was a decent game. The DLC was actually mad entertaining. I'm almost 100% complete with that game. I still gotta finish, which I wish I had a capture card, but that is beyond my budget for a good capture card to capture console games and bring it over to my whatchamacallit, my PC. I thought about recording it on PC, but it just doesn't work to have the quality that I want and also run OBS and other things over top of it. I really need a better monitor setup for something like that so I could run games on another monitor and then I can have OBS maybe up on the laptop or on a secondary monitor. I really need to get my setup together. That's the biggest thing that is hindering my channel at the moment. As far as gaming content goes, obviously I'm still recording gaming content. I just have to be insanely precise. Um, because especially like I just recorded Zenless Zone Zero. The first time the audio was bugged up, I did not have it balanced correctly. So that takes away from the video. That's on me. The second time, I actually got it together pretty well. So I am excited to see what you guys think of it. Obviously, it's just a simple playthrough. I'm not doing anything crazy. I do want to do some other stuff. I just don't know if the PC can handle it without, separating the streams. So yeah, here's to that. If you guys see uh some more gaming content in the future, I figured it out. If not, then shit.
140 $50 for this price. You can pretty much get this webcam, and I think the quality was better. It's auto tracking, it's new. Or you could go for the Kaijo Pro, for example, which is half the price almost. Well, not really half, but it's $90.
Does he keep saying Kaiju Pro to piss me off? It's Kaiju. Yo,
Category out of the water.
what I
It's
want to see.
1080p 30 FPS or 720p 60
30
FPS. It can be
FPS.
connected to a desk stand, connects to your PC with a USB connection, and it
Look at
also
that
has a ring
USB
light
though.
on the front. Now, to be honest with you, I wouldn't
The
trust this
lime
ring
green's
light to
crazy.
light your whole face. If you are serious about your image quality, you should at least get some lights. I will link a bunch in the description for different budgets. Adding lights to your setup
Nah,
will make a
I like the
huge
lighting
difference.
setup I
However,
have
this
now.
webcam has proven to be a really good one in bad lighting
I
conditions.
actually
So
don't
this
have
is the
my main
quality of
light
the Razer
on right
Kaijo. As
now.
I told you, it is pretty sharp. Like, look at the quality of this webcam for $50. This is a very impressive webcam
50
for the price.
bucks?
Now, you do see in the background the lights right there, and especially the light below that. Here, the Govi Glide.
You see, but this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, this is not the most crisp, right, along here. However, the other web game, it was super crisp up by his head, but as it got further away, it got way, way distorted. This, I think, is actually the better cam as far as handling these lights, because you can see it's consistent throughout. It does not change hardly at all. But in his other one earlier, let's see if we can find it actually. I want to do a proper comparison here. Um, let's see. Let me see if I can find it. This one was it, or was it the other one? Yeah, it's this one.
Video, and there was
I'll
really
show you. I'll
impressed
show
with
you
how
real
it
quick.
handled RGB in the background, and this is because it
RGB.
supports HDR and it really works. At least back
This is
then it did,
where
so I'm really curious how it's gonna handle those lights behind me. We're gonna
those
test it,
lights.
and I'm very curious because we have a lot of high performing webcams in this video. Let's
Let me show
attach
you.
it to our stand. Now, before I connect it, this webcam
Hang
is
in
very
there.
versatile. As you can see, it can obviously connect to your monitor, but it can also be connected to a stand, and on top of that you can tilt it horizontally, and you can beginning. This one didn't have that option. You can tilt it. That means that it's stuck in the direct hand, and there is also no a problem. But it's good to know that this seems to be working in terms of autofocus. Now,
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about. So the other Razer Cam, the 30 FPS one, this, albeit has the blue lighting on both the top and bottom, was consistent all the way down, both close to his focus and beyond his focus. This is very, very crisp right here, very well detailed, and then it completely shatters the rest of the way. It's not good. It looks like shit. Looks like you got a bunch of jagged spikes coming out of your fucking light. And it's just the cam distorting itself because it can't handle the RGB, right? We move back to this one. Look how nice this looks. It shows the light, okay? It doesn't handle the exposure that well, but you still see the bar and follow it all the way, and then it gets more crisp as you go away from the cam rather than close up to the cam. So as far as quality goes, as far as what looks better, I'm 100% choosing this cam over that one if RGB is something you care about. obviously, when it comes to picture quality, the other cam has the advantage on that 100%. That's not a debate. But even this, like, it's completely fine. Unless you're like absolutely insane with the RGB in your room. Like me, like you can watch my face cam right now. My face cam right now, as you can see, is not super heavy with I'm not super heavy with the RGB stuff. I just have the bulbs up in the lamp there that's kind of shining down in alternating colors. So it's not like I'm adding a lot to my cam's overload here as far as light exposure goes. So I could 100% see myself using this cam.
Really big problem, you probably don't have a light like this above you, and if I turn it away everything's fine, but it's something to note. And I'll go closer one more time so you can see my eye and the focus
It
of this
zooms
webcam, the
in
sharpness.
actually quite
For
well for a 30
$50, this
FPS
webcam
cam.
is really hard to beat. Now, what I'm gonna do for you is show all the webcams back to back. I've done pretty similar tests with these webcams further away than close to the webcam, showing the autofocus on my eye. I think the AverMedia
That is interesting.
PW513 was the only one that didn't have autofocus. If you're curious for my favorites, I think the Razer Kaijo is
So the Kaio is not the best from far away. I can definitely say that if we go let's go back just a little bit. This one,
than close to the webcam, showing the autofocus on my eye. I think the AverMedia PW513 was the only
this one. It ain't the best farther away. It loses detail, it looks a bit pixelated, right? But for somebody I'm not doing a setup that far away. You guys are like you're probably 2.5 feet away from me. So that's not a problem for me at all.
one that didn't have autofocus. If you're curious for my favorites, I think the Razer Kaijo is hard to beat for $50. In the mid-range, I would go for the Razer
True.
Kaijo Pro. It's 60 FPS.
I do like the Kaijo Pro. I do like that.
The
It looks
image is
good.
very crisp. It handles high dynamic range very well. The autofocus is great. And
All right, that's it for that, man. I mean, he's just gonna kind of ramble on about his picks for the video. Um, yeah, you guys let me know what y'all think about this. I think is pretty solid. Definitely thinking of getting the Kaio Pro. It's probably my number one pick. We gotta just see how much money I got. Obviously, I'm not making anything off these videos, so um, obviously in the future we'll probably upgrade. But for now, at least, we're just kind of going along here. We're gonna try to make it. You know, we're gonna just make the best content we can with what we got. That's the name of the game. Don't quit your day job till you start making some money type shit. So appreciate you guys for watching. You know, like, subscribe to me, subscribe to people you like, and subscribe to yourself, most importantly. And I thank you all and have a great Christmas. Uh yes, I did get bored and I recorded this video at 2 a.m. Don't judge. Talk to you later.